crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. Get up off of that thing when it's voting day. And vote in November. Vote, a time to
It is indeed a time to remember. Remember that little song. It's coming nigh time when we're going to need it again. Anyway, it is Tuesday, and I'm thankful all the Blue Dots are here. I appreciate all y'all. And let me thank Dwayne Twizzle was the first one to jump in, followed by Bob Russell. Thank you, Bob. Nancy Halverson is here. The remixtress is with us. Michael James is here. Mega Wet Willie is right behind him, along with my neighbor. A guy can dream. Tracy Tobias, how are you doing, darling? Dorothy Tyndall is here. Hey, Bob Russell's all the way from Nova Scotia, Canada. Hey, no shit. Hey, how you doing, Bob? We're glad you're here, buddy. Let me see. Michael Falbister's here. Leo Sahaki, Biker Wisdom. How are you doing, Leo? I hope all is well up for you up in Tennessee, buddy. Keep that voice cranking, baby. We need it now. Teresa Diggum is here. Robert Heron, our resident archaeologist. Thank you for being here, buddy. Jeez, sometimes the mind slips. It's not the... That's Robert Heron. I'm sorry. There are two Herons. I'm sorry, I get it mixed up sometimes. Jeff Curry's here. Donald Ware. Lady Freedom rocks it. Indeed, she does. Dizzy Duke and Sheila loves sunsets. Bruce Preston. How you doing? Randy Peterson. Whoo, pig, buddy. Dennis Utenreiner, Stephanie Dean, and Jay are both in the room. Thank you very much. Aaron Trombley's here. Linda Taylor Gallup, thank you. Been a long time been here. Lorraine Barrett, thank you for being here. Maria Betancourt, another long time. And our own Bernadette Prius in the room. Thank you, darling, for being here. Linda Douglas. Oh, I'm going to have to hit the button here and catch up. Martha Olivera, Jeff Curry, Adina Michael. Whoo, Bob K's in the room. Anyway, it is Tuesday, baby. It's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And sometimes the meetings start off with bad news sometimes, and today's one of those days. It is. I've been on the phone today with a lot of Blue Dots, and it's sad to inform you we've lost another one of our Blue Dots, Miss T. Now don't confuse that with Miss T Brown on that. She does her Facebook videos. This is Tony Austin. She was often in our Blue Dot room, Miss T. She lived up in New Jersey. Longtime Blue Dot, passed away. It breaks my heart. The last time, well, not the last time, but one of the most memorable times was right after the George Floyd murder. And we here at the Blue Dot family had kicked off a Lights Up for George Floyd, where we asked you to hold a light up for 8 minutes and almost 9 minutes, and to keep it up that long, and to recognize how much time a knee was on George Floyd's neck, and to reflect on what happened. And we had a lot of participation with that within the family. But Miss T up in New Jersey, in the apartment complex that she lived in, she organized a barbecue get-together that evening, and her whole apartment complex participated in that, and it was so heartwarming. And I'm going to miss her. She's one of the Blue Dots I talk to quite often, and there are several others that I'm concerned about today, that I have not been able to get hold of for a little while. And so heartache comes to the Blue Dot family once again, and it pains us to lose a member like Miss T. She was a sweetheart, kindest woman you'd ever want to meet, and worked hard for what she believed in, and I was so proud of her. And yeah, it comes with you with a heavy heart. So sometimes within this family, we meet so many people, and we become attached over long distance, over the phone, or through the internet, or through the discussion here, and we grow near to each other. And so like any other family, when something happens in this family, we do indeed grieve, and she will be missed. And for you that knew her well, I'm sure your heart is breaking also. If that was not enough, the other night I mentioned that our Blue Dot family member, Buddy Davis, out in North Carolina, was in an automobile accident, and ended up in the hospital, banged up pretty bad. And but I talked to his daughter Bonnie today. He is improving, not out of the hospital yet. He's still in rough shape, and but making plans for him to get out of the hospital, and then probably go into rehab, physical rehab and stuff. And I talked to Bonnie, and I talked to Buddy too the other day, but I haven't been able to reach him today. But I did talk to his daughter, and his daughter and them have started a GoFundMe page for Buddy. He's in need, as a lot of people would be in his situation, and so Buddy's emergency car wreck medical fundraiser on GoFundMe it was started by the family, and we have provided a link to that. Travis made it here. You can go to bluedotintexas.com/buddy, and that will take you to his. I don't know how we couldn't put up a link to it. Anyway, you can go to bluedotintexas.com/buddy, and there's a link there to the GoFundMe page. And yeah, Buddy's in rough shape. So anything that you can donate is greatly appreciated, I'm sure, by his family. Buddy's an outspoken Blue Dot, and has been for a long time. Grammy-nominated artist too, by the way. And if you don't know that, check out Buddy Davis's songs. He is pretty fantastic. And well, now there's some good news. We can cheer it up a little bit. Evidently, it's Mitch's birthday today. Mitch Goldstein. I don't see him out there. I hope he's listening. If so, happy birthday, Mitch. Yeah, it's been a little rough, and like I said, today I spoke to several Blue Dots, and yeah, there's heartache that goes on in this family, and I know Bernadette was a close friend of Miss T's, and they spoke often on the phone, and so I know your heart's hurting, Bernadette.
John, I've been fighting back tears all day.
Yeah, it's rough, baby. We make
Yeah.
connections in this family, you
Yep.
know, and
And I love me some Miss T. That was my doppelganger. She was on the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. We was holding this place down.
you had everything
Okay.
covered,
So yeah,
man.
East Coast is a little lighter tonight.
Yeah,
And
it does. It breaks your heart.
but condolences to her son Kai. He's such a sweet soul.
All right.
And my heart breaks for him.
Yeah, it's it is. It's rough. It is rough. You know,
She will
trying to
be
find
missed.
words, baby. I'm trying to find words.
She
Uh,
will be missed
yes.
amongst this family because she was special, and T loved being here and fighting with us, and so we gotta keep up the fight for her.
That's what we have to do. We fight on
Yep,
even when our heart is heavy.
yep,
And the fight continues. The fight continues today. I
yep,
also had a little discussion last night with Robin Kincaid. She is on the ballot today in West Virginia's primary, and so we're hoping the best for Robin, and hope that she comes through that as a winner. And but I
yep.
told her last night that even if she doesn't, then baby, this is just the first one. You're not about to get the fight's not out of her if even if she doesn't take it. But I have confidence that she will, but I'm waiting for the word. But man, this is her first step in, so we're trying to support her as much as we can. Also, you know, we got
That's
some
what we gotta
things.
do.
Yeah,
We have to support um the whole family, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
because sometimes the burden's a little bit hard to carry. So we just gotta
Sometimes
do
it
what we
is.
gotta do.
It,
Yeah, it is.
you know what because it is. We've made great relationships within this family,
Yep.
and and Bernadette, on a little note for me and you, I tried to reach Julia today, and again I failed. I'm really concerned there. Uh,
I know that one too.
yeah, I know you do.
Her her and Dominic had become really good at his
Yeah,
house.
and Dominic's got a
And
bunch of friends in this
he
family.
yeah, and he was good friends with Miss T. They would talk often. And so, it hurts and it's really hard to try to explain to him what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
So, I'm leaving that for another day.
yeah. No, it's going to be rough on him too. Uh,
Yeah.
it's going to be rough on all of us. I'm trying to. I see Andy down there. He's got his hand up. I done hit the button twice, try to get him in here.
Well,
But
Andy knows he's got to click the green tab that says
no,
accept.
he just wanted you to say it. That's all. And as soon as you said that, guess what?
He popped in the room.
There you go.
My,
Listen to you.
Hi, Andy.
to quote George Takei, how are you guys?
We're
Well,
fine. Should I just go ahead and mute my mic
yeah.
now instead of I can sit over here and smoke my pipe for a
No,
while.
no. You shouldn't do that, John.
Welcome.
Andy
Um,
Pagoda, how are you? You
I am.
you filthy mouth, huh?
I've had better days, John.
Oh Lord, I heard
Um,
about your brother.
well, it's not only him,
Oh Lord.
but first I've got to ask about T. What's going on there?
Uh, yeah,
T has transitioned to the other side. She
yeah.
has moved on from this realm
Our
to
Miss T
another.
here in North Carolina?
No,
In New Jersey.
she's in New Jersey.
She was in New
Yeah.
Jersey.
Oh,
The Miss T you're thinking of is T Brown, and she goes by
yes,
Yeah.
Miss T on her Facebook page, and she puts out her
yes,
wonderful
Yes.
videos.
This is
But
not Miss T
yeah,
Brown.
yeah,
No.
this is
Miss
this is
T, our blue dot Miss T
yeah.
was
I
Tony
know
on.
who you're talking about now. and I'm
Yes.
terribly sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Let me turn this ham radio thing down. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening.
We're doing fine. What's
Other than that, we got liquid sunshine out here, and I'm truly grateful because I
I
don't
do
have to go out
too.
and water.
It's in the form of a beer, but I'm not. Um, guys, I never intended to make this public knowledge, but you guys are family, and I have to do this.
Go
And
ahead.
forgive me if I become a little bit emotional by doing this. Um,
What's the matter, brother?
you guys know my wife, ain't?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
We found out this morning that Amy has breast cancer.
Oh, Lord, Andy.
My brother, who lives 15 miles from me, has lung cancer.
I,
So we're getting it from all sides over here.
Yes.
Andy, that just breaks my heart, buddy.
It breaks mine too,
I
John.
would imagine.
I'm not an emotional person, and I think you know that.
And
But the emotions have gotten the best of me today.
I
Hmm.
can understand,
Mercury,
brother.
I,
Mercury, Mercury
I'm,
is in retrograde, and so this is totally understandable. I have no idea what the fuck that shit means, but I did
I
find
don't
out that
either.
it is in
I don't.
retrograde, and so from what I understand, anything that can happen will happen in a
But
period of time like this.
you guys know how Bernie, you know how much I love my Amy.
I know.
You all do.
Yes.
And
And
this news that we received today
you
was
know,
unbearable at best.
Andy, I will tell you that we have a lot of blue dot family with cancer. Okay.
We do.
Um, we have a lot of cancer in this family, and I have walked with a few through treatments and through radiation
Cancer
Yeah.
burns
survivor.
and just all kinds of things, Andy.
And
It's not the death sentence that it used to be.
it isn't. It
Um,
really isn't. In
No, it's treatable.
2005, I was diagnosed with colon cancer,
yes,
and I survived it. It's
we have a lot of
2022.
survivors.
I
And you
am
know
still
what?
cancer
Miss
free.
T, Miss T had breast cancer, yet she was a survivor because she survived many, many years with this beast.
God bless her.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, she
Yes,
did.
she did.
She put up a good fight. She put up a good fight. And I will say she won.
I would say
Mm,
too. She had a
Ultimately, she
positive
did
attitude.
win.
With
yes,
everything that
she
she was
did.
facing, you wouldn't know it to talk to her because it didn't
Yes,
come up in the
she,
conversation.
Well,
she,
it
she
took me a few
never
minutes
told
to figure
anybody
out
about it.
who you were referring to.
Right.
It
Yep.
took me a few minutes, but I know exactly who you're
Yes.
talking about,
Yes.
and the loss is devastating. It really is.
Like I said,
Uh,
when
So,
it was after George Floyd's murder, when we had the lights up for George Floyd, it just
yeah,
touched me because she got her whole apartment complex. Everybody went down there and gathered and had a nice barbecue and ate together and everything, and then at the appropriate
yeah.
time held
I'm
up those
sorry,
lights.
guys. Emotions are not something I do well.
Welcome to the
Um,
crowd, Andy. I
I'm
don't do
doing
well
them.
with them. It's either stone face or I'm ballin'. There's no middle
I'm
of the
doing
road.
them tonight, man, and I'm out of beer. Uh,
You're out of beer.
well,
Well,
yeah, well,
holy
I don't need
shit.
any more beer anyway. I need to go to bed.
Well,
But uh, how do people deal with this kind of thing on a
Andy,
regular basis? I don't. It is beyond me how people can substantiate themselves with these when they hear this type of news. I'm I can't even find the right word. God damn it. I don't know,
it,
John.
it,
it's
um, some people just cry and let it out, and that it is, this is what crying healing tears are for, is to be able to express that emotion and cleanse the soul and to let it out
Well,
and release it.
y'all know I ain't one of them crying some bitches. No,
Okay, well,
nah.
I'm just
no,
saying
I'm
I'm
it,
good.
it helps.
Well,
I
I am.
shedded a
I
few
will.
tears today myself, and I'm not one of them crying bitches either. Okay,
I will
but
fill a river when I get off here with you guys. I promise you
yes,
that.
yes, this we do in private. But we
Um,
we hug we hug in public. So I'm sending out a bunch of virtual hugs to whoever need
maybe
one.
that's
well,
Here's one
y'all hear
coming
me
your
say
way.
it all the time when I end the show. But I think the best thing you can do tomorrow is try to put a smile on somebody else's face. Put a smile on your face.
you make an excellent
This
point, John.
this you know you,
You
Yep.
really do.
your heart's going to break, and believe me,
My
I've
heart
lived
has already
with
broken.
heartache that just is still crushes me. Uh, the only way I battled that is to remind, is to sing my favorite song. It's a Wonderful World. You got to dig for it sometimes,
Yep.
but it's there. And it gets better when we're involved, when we are not only involved in politics, but involved in the simplest thing of saying good day and giving somebody a reason to smile, uh, because that shit's contagious. It's going to make that person stay, and it's you know it spreads like a
I
butterfly.
had to. I'm not in a mood to get in here tonight, but I had to get in here tonight because I needed some positive reinforcement, and I knew if I could get it anywhere, it was going to be right here.
Right on. Well, we're glad you came.
We are.
Um,
We
I'm not
need.
sure how long I can stay.
And John, we do have a couple people in the audience with their hands up.
We
So
we
I
do.
I
see
just
Velica and
want that out.
Jeremy.
Let's get
Yes.
let's get them in the room. I'm on station by myself tonight, so any help is
Oh,
appreciated. And there's
you got
Jeremy, and
Travis drunk again. He passed out.
there's Bellica. Ladies first, Bellica. How are you, darling?
I'm okay.
Good, good. Glad to hear that. Well, I'm glad you decided to step in the room. You very seldom do
Hi,
that.
Velica.
How you doing, Andy?
I'm
Miss you.
lovely. I hope you're doing well.
Doing okay.
For those of you that do not know, Bellica is the official bequeather of hugs in this Blue Dot family. And
Yes,
if you
she
haven't gotten
is.
a hug from Bellica, well, you're just missing out. That's all I'm
Well,
saying.
that's kind of another reason I came in here
There you go. And Jeremy, how are you?
because I knew Velica was going to be here.
There you go.
Good. I wanted to ask Andy a question. You don't have to answer this if you don't want, but I'm curious. What stage was it caught at? Your wife's breast cancer.
We don't know yet, Jeremy. We're going for a what do they call the freaking thing she's having? She's
Biopsy.
she's going for the biopsy in the morning, and that's going to confirm the initial diagnosis. And at that point, we will find out what stage it's in.
Thank
But
you,
right now,
Chauncey.
we don't have any idea, and it hopefully it's been caught early, but we're not very confident in that. So Jeremy, I honestly just don't know.
Well,
Well, I
don't
wish I
get
could have
overly
heard.
excited until we find out, and then we know what we're dealing with at that point.
I have, if you guys, those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, if you'll go to my Facebook page, I have posted the actual report from the radiologist
Oncology.
on there of her mammogram today, word
Yeah.
for word. Every word that he put on there, I posted, and I'm not big with those $2 words, but it doesn't seem to be really pretty to me.
It sounds like an exaggeration, but I went through this 5 years ago. My girlfriend was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer 5 years ago, October, actually Halloween. And then within the next 2 months, her dad was diagnosed with it, and her mom's new boyfriend was diagnosed with it. They were all
Wow.
gone within a year. She died within 4 months, only because it was stage 4 and it wasn't caught early. But there is hope. There's a lot of things they can do now, and I really hope in your case it's a slow growing strain. There's aggressive strains which they can't do prep for, and they won't say it because it's scary to hear it, but it's
Yeah.
true. And
I'm
also,
hoping what I'm giving you tonight, Jeremy, is a gross exaggeration of what we believe to be true.
I really hope it is
hope
too.
it-
And I hope it was caught early, and I hope they can tell you it's a low grade strain which they can fight off with relatively ease. I know when my girlfriend was told it was stage 4, she said, "How long do I have?" And they looked at her, and I think they tried to keep it from her knowing what it was, and said, "We don't measure it anymore. We do it from day to day." Because they knew she was a goner. It was all over her body at that point, unfortunately, inside her. And but I really hope it's within the first couple stages, and if at very least, a very slow growing strain.
Jeremy, I have been with this woman for, I guess, altogether 22 years now. And I don't know life any other way anymore. And although we'll get through it, I'm not exactly certain how.
I was with Melissa 10 years, and I will tell you that after seeing what this disease does in its various forms to people, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy on my worst day. I would not do it.
I certainly
It's a
wouldn't.
horrible disease.
I'm a cancer survivor, certainly not breast cancer, but I am a cancer survivor, and I don't. And see, I rang the bell in 2011, so that's been what 11 years, and I'm hoping she can do that. I'm not terribly confident in that, but I'm certainly hoping.
Well, the best you can do is the obvious thing: give her comfort and tell her you're there for her, and don't, just give her your confidence. I was there to the very end, unfortunately. I saw it all, and
I'm gonna be right here the same way, buddy.
So I wish I could tell you better, but I will keep you in my. I'll give you lights and hopeful thoughts, because that's all I can do from my end.
Well,
But I really hope it's.
I'm very grateful for that. I thank you. I appreciate that from the depths of my heart more than you.
Sure, no problem. I will do it for anybody.
It is
Healing
a
blessings to
devastating
all.
disease, and
Healing blessings.
unfortunately, we know quite a few blue
Far
dots
too
in this
many.
family that
Far
are
too
facing
many.
that. And
Who is next? Let's change this thing up a little.
yeah, let's change it up. This
Yes.
is not good for me either. Right now.
I'm going to have to mute my mic because I'm about to take out a damn tear fest that you guys wouldn't believe.
Okay.
It's just what we do, though.
Yep.
When John, are you okay, buddy?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
watching
fine.
video.
yeah. There are a
It's
lot
okay,
of
man.
people facing this, and
I'm right there on that ship with you, man.
true words never spoken, Andy.
I didn't.
I'm in the same boat.
I didn't come in here to make this
No,
a sad
no,
show.
no. It's there are a lot of us in this family that are facing that. It is.
It's okay, John.
It's okay, buddy.
It's
Don't
okay.
worry about it.
It's okay.
You don't have to worry about us anyway.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
We love
It
the
is a
same people you
devastating
love,
disease,
whether
and-
we know them or not. We love the same people you love, and we're going to get through this thing. Damned if I know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, it's.
Yep.
I'm not afraid of the going through it. It's the ending of it that I.
Well, I don't even want to look at that side.
Anyway.
Hey. We need to lighten this conversation up.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody
it's-
going nowhere
Yeah.
right now. Okay.
Okay, so Bernie, how you doing, baby? Huh? How you doing?
I've had some good days, and some not so good, but COVID. I'm kicking COVID's ass right now. Okay, today's a good day.
You
So,
did.
Yeah.
And I got
yeah,
a package
so.
from you, and I sniffed the hell out of it. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yes,
wonderful. And
um,
we found the last container that you sent us,
right
which was
on,
almost empty, and I licked the bottom of that thing.
Andy.
Oh my
Don't
God!
give anybody any ideas, okay?
Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind giving people ideas. It doesn't bother me a bit. Amy has the new can.
Right
but
on.
Nope, I'm out of beer too. I went to go check to see if you had a beer in there for you, Andy, but damn, I'm out of beer too.
Can you send somebody to the beer store, John?
I think we need to call that drizzly shit. I think they got it delivery.
We need to find. Instacart.
Ah,
Go,
shit.
they'll bring you beer.
Oh no.
I don't know if
Anyway.
they'll bring you beer out in the boonies or not, but they'll bring beer to somebody.
Yeah, no, they ain't bringing me no beer. I give them my address, they'll say, hell, that's the Devil's Highway. We don't go down there. I live
That's
on
that damn
666. They stay
You're
away from
not
me.
in Bear County, are you?
Huh?
You're not in Bear County, are
No.
you?
Oh, no,
You're,
that's up in San Antonio.
Okay.
Yeah, that's up in Yankee land here in Texas. You know, anything past San Antonio, that's Yankees.
That's
I'm
where I
just
took
kidding.
my basic training. Wait a minute, I like kind of like Bear County, at least that little portion of it.
Ah, Bear County's a great place. San Antonio's a great place to visit. You know.
Just don't call it freaking Bexar County. Somebody,
Yeah,
please.
Bexar. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, you get that a lot. It's Bear. It's Bear
Oh,
County.
my
How about-
God.
It's Texas speak.
How about a slow golf clap for the brave soul who hacked Russian TV yesterday during D-Day and put up the truth of what's happening in Ukraine on all Russian TVs? It only lasted for about 30 seconds, but it basically said Putin's lying and they couldn't take it off the air for 30 seconds.
I'm glad they couldn't. Somebody needed to know that son of a bitch was lying.
Anyway, what the hell's happening in the news? Anybody know? Because I haven't looked all day.
I know those two people that escaped in Alabama were caught.
Now,
One
no,
of
they
them
weren't.
didn't
Yeah,
quite-
one of them was caught.
Well, the other one didn't quite make it.
Yeah, didn't quite make
One
it.
of them was caught.
You know,
Well,
every time I
know.
think of this story, the same question crosses my mind. How could you, after 20 years of service, on the day of
Why
your
would you?
retirement, you done put in your papers, it's all up, and then you go and do this and think, oh, I could get away with this.
Over
No.
some
you're
fucking
not.
fugitive.
This was not a really well thought out plan. I don't
They
care
thought it
what
was.
They're saying down there. No, this,
Oh, they had all the cars
I
lined
mean,
up and all that.
look,
shit,
look,
but it didn't work
to-
for them, did it?
where did they escape from? Was it Alabama?
Florence, Alabama.
Yeah,
yes.
Alabama. Yeah.
Okay, it was Alabama. And the furthest that they made it was Indiana. Are you fucking
Evansville,
shitting me?
Indiana.
Really?
This is not a really good
No.
route
The
In
man
3
was-
cars.
You know,
She
They
left.
dropped the
Lord,
ball on that shit.
She left.
Man,
you know,
let's-
check this out. Check this out. I saw pictures of homeboy in a car wash washing the truck. That
Yeah.
was like the stupidest thing you could have ever
What are you-
did.
What are you doing?
What I want
how
to
do you-
know,
Do you hang in one spot for 3 days? How you
does
do
a-
that in a
how
hotel?
does a 54-year-old woman fall in love with some son of a bitch that's not even 40 years old yet, and they eat up with tattoos? That's no big deal. I'm eat up with tattoos. But he had red blotches on his skin. You know, they showed pictures of his shirt off, and he looked like he had the fucking
He had a fucking Confederate flag tattooed on his back. Come on.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
she
I mean,
was also
that's still.
that
I don't give a
you
shit.
You know
about
who
that
he is
one.
right off the
giving
bat.
up her existence for a life on the run was a good idea.
Yeah.
This
That's
was not
crazy
a well thought
Not,
out plan.
not the brightest bulb, I
police
think.
department, the police department down there should be ashamed of themselves that this happened in their house.
And now they're
Okay. bringing
him back,
Yes.
Yes.
him back to Florence, Alabama.
Now
And
she,
the
when
sheriff
she
down there
left,
is saying
she had close to $100,000 in cash.
her
When-
record was
At the end of it, they had
impeccable, too.
$29,000 in cash.
Yeah.
They
Her
burned
record
through
was
$60,000 in cash. They bought 3 vehicles, I guess, trying to.
Well, they probably bought a few rubbers too. But
Yeah, I don't think. Well,
I'm telling you, this was not a well thought out
No.
plan.
he should have bought a bunch of rubbers messing around with her.
yes, they say she shot herself at the end,
Yes.
which
I'm not going
is kind of almost understandable. If I was in her position, would I want to be arrested and taken back? Not really.
But look, I mean,
Yeah.
this girl had an impeccable record as a law enforcement.
She was going to win.
person.
She was up for Officer of the Year. This
Yes.
year. She was about to get that award for
Yes.
it.
And she runs off with this fuck nugget.
And
I
she
mean, what
screwed
is
around
going
with the
on with?
inmate? She screwed around with the inmate.
Yeah.
She lost.
Matters of the heart, baby.
Well,
He's
There's
going
no
back
part
to
involved in that.
life
There's
in
money
prison,
involved
which
in
is
that.
where he was anyway.
Yeah.
And she's dead now. This
He had
was
a-
not well thought out.
That was all that was. She had to scratch that itch in her crotch, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, and that
I
was
got an itch
stupid.
in mine right now, but I'll go scratch that myself. I'm not gonna run.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get somebody out of prison to go.
No.
Right.
I hate to
Oh.
admit this story hits a sore spot in my family too.
Oh, me Bernie.
And
How so,
ironically
Jeremy?
enough, my sister was an addict for probably better part of 15 years. She cleaned up for 6. Was on methadone and everything you can imagine. And she was doing pretty good. She was getting back to somewhat of a normal life of someone who'd been on methadone the rest of her life.
That's quite a
She met well, unfortunately, she met a shitbag fresh out of prison. And he convinced her they didn't need methadone. They would beat it on their own. And evidently they went back into hardcore drugs. They took off with her daughter to Florida in the middle of the school year. She was 6. When they caught up to them and took her away, they found 300 loaded needles in the car at her feet.
Well, Jeremy, I'll tell you the truth. As far as the decisions that she made on her own, she made quite the accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't take that away. But in the end, they're both fucking dead. They both died within 3 months of each other.
And I'm terribly sorry for that. But she did well until she let someone else influence her.
And she left 2 children behind. My parents take care of them now. I try to tell them is you got to remember the good stuff about your mom, the bad stuff. It does no good.
If there was just something we could do to make a society that's better than what we have right now, to where we don't have these stories.
And I think there is.
I think there might be a way we could do it.
We've got to figure out what the hell it is.
Shit, we should pick a day and all get together sometime and make a decision, as a group. Something like that.
Like you mean vote?
Hey, I've heard of that before. It happens on a certain day, and everybody goes out and shares their opinion, right?
How about in November?
That sounds like a damn good month. How about the 8th?
Let's set the date.
I ain't got nothing to do on the 8th. I checked my calendar. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm free on the 8th. How about you?
I'm clear on November 8th. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's the date, baby.
Okay, that's the date.
And it's going on today, though. I mean,
there might be some people out there making decisions right now today.
They are. They're making decisions in West Virginia, in Nebraska today. Mine is coming up on May 24th. The next primaries here in Texas for runoffs and whatnot. Yeah.
I certainly hope in West Virginia they make the right decision.
I hope so.
There's a primary thing here in North Carolina taking place right now, and I voted last week in it.
There you go, baby.
Oh, my goodness.
See?
My goodness.
That's what it takes to build a society that takes care of its people. The other day I was talking about the matrix of the where the countries in the world place on the inside the bubble of democracy. Are they more democratic society, more socialist driven, or are they more anti-democratic? And I explained that whole process, how they did that on countries, but when they did to the United States between Republicans, Democrats, red and blue, Democrats scored up in here in the side of democracy and social issues, and the Republicans scored exactly with Saudi Arabia, which has a poor, pitiful
record. We just want to be human.
It would help if all of us felt that way.
Yeah, I mean, if we all act as regular humans, I believe we would accomplish so much more than we're getting done right now.
Every time, and I have family in Switzerland. As a matter of fact, that is the homeland of my family. The Britivo name came from Switzerland, and I still have family there. A dear cousin just recently died over there. I could have
sworn you were South Louisiana.
Yeah, well, we got there. It's a long way, man. History starts from Switzerland, goes down to Chile. I got family in Chile. I'm sorry. I need to really correct that because I got family down there. Yes, there are Britivos in Chile, and then we went to Canada before we came down to the United States. So yeah, my family name traveled around a lot.
I've been thinking for years, this boy is from South Louisiana. He can't nowhere else.
Slidell, Louisiana, which is just north.
Slidell, my!
Everybody knows. You went down Interstate 10, you went through Slidell.
Gator country,
baby. Yeah, we lived. Yeah, Honey Island Swamp wasn't too far from my house. Anyway, when we look at the nations of the world and how and I don't know about y'all, but every time I've ever seen pictures or something, a documentary about Finland or Sweden or those countries over there, and in Switzerland because it is so it's beautiful. One, they don't throw a whole lot of trash around, but they're a happier people. Uh, they really take care of their citizens in a wide variety of ways. They have lots of social programs to lift you up if you're not able to do it yourself, and you're not begrudged that. You're not felt. It's not a demeaning situation. Oh Lord, I'm trying to hang on. Uh, and I like to think that that's where we're headed in this country, and we are. The majority in this country want to take it in that direction. That we want a social safety net out here for everybody, and we don't want to make them feel like shit when they have to ask for it. Well, the basic thing is we make them ask for it. That's it should just be. We should have a standard in this country. You know.
There should be no asking for it. It should be, you know what, we recognize that on your tax return from this past year that you only made this much money and you did this and that and the other. We're going to give you this to try to help boost you a little.
Yeah. I had a piece of paper with all that written down. I don't know where it went. Yeah,
I've got to run down the hall a minute, but I'm going to mute. But you guys go ahead. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Part of Biden's Build Back Better did just that for kids all across this country to raise them up out of poverty.
Yes.
And what did our Congress do? They voted to turn it down.
You know, that's
and I'm
I
sorry,
really do.
but there were a couple of Democrats in there voting to turn it down. One of them being that guy from West Virginia, Manchin.
Yeah.
Those kids don't need to eat. We have social safety nets for people, but when you make the requirement to get that safety net because you need it so fucking ridiculous, it's
we make
unbearable.
people in this country beg for it, and we demean them by that. We do not make it an welcoming thing in this country. Oh, you're on welfare? No, they're not on welfare. They're being given a hand when they need it. You know why do people like Buddy have to have a GoFundMe? Why do family? You go look over at GoFundMe. It's full of heartache, baby. It's full of heartache.
GoFundMe is where you go, especially when you need medical help.
So many.
You need the community to help because why? Because we have profit care in this country.
We have profit care.
The insurance company
That's
and
why.
our politicians. Y'all seriously consider who the hell you voting for this year? Please.
That's how we get there. Are we going to get universal health care anytime soon? No, but if we give up the fight, we ain't never going to get it. And that's why that GoFundMe pages are so heartbreaking. It's because most of them are for medical reasons. It's the modern day version of putting out a coffee can at your local store. My kid has cancer. Please help. That's what we've gotten no better. We've just improved the method of the coffee can.
When we got this news today, John, I seriously considered putting one up.
It's going to hit.
I got to thinking about it, and you know what? People that genuinely care don't need that type of prompting.
No.
You know, perhaps they'll volunteer something. You know, and because I don't want to. You know, I've got a family member who had a bad diagnosis, and the first thing he says, "Well, start a GoFundMe for me." Well, he's not going to miss a day of work.
Yeah.
Because he gets a check every month, and you know these kinds of things. He's not going to miss a penny of anything.
Yeah.
And he's on Medicaid, so you know every time he goes to the doctor, it costs him $3.
Right.
Why would somebody ask for a GoFundMe for something like that? And this is my own close family member.
Yeah, there's people out there that will try to take advantage of it.
We have had GoFundMe raise money for people. When Velda's husband died, we raised money to help take care of the last.
That's a totally
Just-
different scenario, though,
Yes,
Bernie. I mean,
yes, I understand that, but you do have to be careful about people scamming people on GoFundMe, and GoFundMe is usually quite aware of
Yes.
I
the
know.
scam.
Yeah, they do a little
Yeah.
checking themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know that with the situation with Amy, she's going to miss a lot of work, and I don't work regularly because I'm simply not able to. But to put up a GoFundMe for something like that, and you guys know me, I've never done anything like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I did it once.
Why?
I won't do it again.
You guys did it for me, and it was quite successful, and I'm still grateful for that to this day. But that something like GoFundMe is for somebody who is really in need, and I'm not.
Well,
I'm not
I
satisfied
can
that
pretty
we're
well tell you,
totally in need.
Buddy Davis, that we're advising now. He's in need, but he's not a wealthy guy at all.
I know Buddy
Yeah,
is,
Buddy's
yeah.
pretty. He's like
Yeah.
the rest of it. He's pretty well broke.
And let me ask you guys this favor.
Huh.
I
But
live.
Andy, you have to ask the question: Why did all those people want to scan the PPP loans when
There
they
you go.
knew that loan was out there to help pay for the essential workers who were out there trying to provide us
You-
with toilet paper that wasn't on the fucking shelf? But
Bernie, honey,
people
you
did
make
it
an
anyway.
excellent point. You make an excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. Because the heart of mankind is purely evil, and it's greedy, and it's downright
If
hurtful.
there are,
and we
if there's a
see
way
that
people
in
can
this
get money,
country.
they will.
I'm,
A
I'm,
lot
I'm
of people will
going
take
to
it.
concur with that
Unfortunately,
100%.
you know.
But let me ask you guys this:
Yeah.
I probably live closer to Buddy than any of you because
Yeah, you don't live too
I'm
far
in-
from him.
I'm in Shelby, North Carolina. Buddy is up around Hendersonville, if I remember correctly, which I can get to in about an hour and a half. If you guys run across something that I might not be aware of, would you let me know about it?
Yes.
Because I'm leaving on Friday, and I've got a wedding to officiate at Max Patch, which is on the North Carolina-Tennessee border. I'm going to do that at 05:30 on the 14th. And after that, I'm heading up to Cincinnati to visit my mother-in-law. But then I've got to come back through the next week. So either on the way up or on the way back, I can visit Buddy if I know where he's at. And if any. And
Well,
I
Andy,
would
I got
love
your
to
phone
do
number.
that. Please call me, John.
Yeah, I will. I talked, like I said, I talked to his daughter today. I imagine pretty much I'll be talking to her again here in the next day or two. I tried to get hold of Buddy himself today, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get through to him.
I don't know how to get a hold of. I know how to call Mission Hospital, which is where he is at right now.
Yeah.
But
Well.
I don't know. They won't tell me diddly squat. Buddy is probably not his
Why you just call
given
up?
name for one thing.
This is Reverend Andy Pagoda.
Well, I mean, I could try that, but it ain't going. That's going to go over like a
Calling
fart in a
about-
diving helmet.
Calling about one of my congregation.
Yeah, well, I could claim you ought to be in my congregation.
We are in your congregation, Andy.
I
Oh, we're
always
all
wanted to
going
be
to
a
hell.
cult
We're all
leader,
going.
John. Always wanted to be a cult leader.
A cult leader.
Jim Jones.
Well, you are.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a cult leader. Yeah,
I think Filthy Mouth Liberal's got a pretty good following, buddy. I
Jim
think
Jones inspired me.
Oh man, there you go. Where's the Kool-Aid?
And my damn Zippo went out. You see where these things take me?
Yeah.
All right, now my Zippo's working again. I'm good.
I got my Zippo out by my chair out there. I carry a Bic around.
I don't even own a Bic.
You
My
know,
wife takes all the Bics away from me.
I have to light too many times. My pipe goes out. Yeah, that's the ticket. It's Cavendish. It's very.
I'm a Zippo kind of guy, man. That's all I've used for years.
That it calms my nerves, brother. It calms my nerves, and believe me, my nerves are always on the edge.
So does this beer I'm drinking right now, and I'm about to have another swig of it.
Well, there you go. See,
I've only had like 4 or 8 of them this evening.
I gotta wait. Blue Dot Family makes me wait until Friday. Can you believe that shit, Andy? I can drink a beer right
Yeah,
now, but
you
the family can.
started
No.
it.
Beer and
You
Bud Friday,
started
John. You
it.
can't drink beer until Friday.
Oh,
You
fuck that. I'm
shitting me.
retired. I'll drink whenever I want to,
Yeah,
which is usually about every day.
well. You know why we drink beer here, right? Because
Well,
in heaven
the
there
water
is no beer.
sucks.
That's why we drink it here.
Ah, okay.
And
'Cause
when
we're
we are not here, our friends will be
So-
drinking all the beer.
not-
So
so you're saying we're not going to make it to heaven? Is that what you're telling us,
that's
John?
hey.
I'm gonna tell you, you
Everybody
need to make
gets
your heaven
into
right
heaven,
here
baby.
on earth, okay?
I'm sorry, Bernadette. Do
Jeff,
what
that's
now?
why you carry a lighter, buddy.
I said you make your heaven right here on earth.
My heaven. I'm sitting in my heaven right now.
Thank
I just farted in it. I've got to do something about
He's a
that, but
smart
otherwise
man.
I'm good.
Drink bourbon today and save the beer on Friday.
you.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
There's a guy
It's
with brains.
Bourbon and Bud Monday, beer and Bud Friday, and
Yeah.
whatever else you want to put in between.
You know what bourbon is good with?
Anything.
Ice. That's it.
Yeah.
Ice. That's it.
baby.
Oh shit. Anyway, what's going on in the news anyway?
I don't
there
know,
had to be
John,
something shit in the
I
news
just
today.
Came in somewhere here
It's
on.
the
Okay.
day ends in
That was a
Y. Every
private
time
message.
that happens, there's news. I just didn't get to see it today. I was involved in this Blue Dot family. And I am so thankful for
I
it.
didn't get to see it too either. I'm sorry. Forgive me, grammar Nazis. I didn't get to see it either.
Well, I can look. You know, it says that the Belarus is moving special forces to the Ukrainian border. Yeah, you got to wonder what that's about. You know,
Musk confirmed today what our greatest fears. He said if he gets control of Twitter, Trump will have his account back.
yes.
Yes, he
Oh,
did.
yes.
Yes.
You know, I tweeted
Yes, he
today,
did.
and I'm kind of proud because I've been retweeted and gotten likes on my tweet and shit.
I
which
tweeted today too, but I didn't want my preacher to know about
My
it.
tweet was this. I said, allowing Trump back on Twitter is like handing matches to an arsonist. The first thing he's going to do is try to burn democracy down. That was my tweet. You know, that's what he's going to do. Now, he said he was not going to come back on Twitter. He's going to stay on, what, Truth Central? No, Truth
Yeah,
Social.
we
He
could
doesn't
only
even know
hope.
it is. Yeah.
I want to see that son of a bitch try to milk a bull.
Oh, he's going to cut.
Unbelievable.
If Elon Musk, if this deal goes through, which I don't think it is yet, right? He's not on her yet. It's got to be approved by.
Well, you know, a bull only has one udder. It's a hell of a
He's
lot
gotta pay
easier
off
to
people
milk
before
than
it gets
a regular cow.
But he's going to bring on Trump, allow Trump, because he says it was an injustice to a large portion of America. Are you shitting me?
Oh,
You
for
mean the
crying
part that tried to
out
burn down democracy on January 6th? That group of guys? Yeah. Well, we're
Terrorists.
taking away their voice. I guess it's just not fair to, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, if he gets back on, it's going to be a shit show. That's
Well.
exactly what it'd be.
Sometimes a good old shit show is what we need.
Maybe it'll wake more people up. Because we have to wake up. And, there they go again. Woke Democrats. You damn right, baby. Because look what happened to the Supreme Court. Are you shitting me? It is going to take us a
Oh, dang
long
liver.
time to recover from what the damage is that they're going to do. Because
Oh,
this is
dang
just the
liver.
beginning. They have a 6-3
They're
court.
about to do some.
They
sure
are
thing.
gonna just go right down the list of shit. And there's nothing we can do about it. Even if John Roberts files, you still got a 5-4. Slides. You still got a 5-4.
Oh, John Roberts going to stick with the gang. I can promise.
Well,
you that.
he will on a lot of issues. John Roberts has stepped across the line a few times.
Not enough to
Not
make
enough.
a big difference.
Not enough, but
He's a little bit more on the side of what's right than the rest of them. I can promise you that. Who is that nun up there that they put in there, the last one, Quaker or whatever you want to call her?
Amy Covid Barrett.
Amy Coney.
Yeah, that,
yeah,
that's it,
Amy Comey Barrett. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
She's
'cause
a
I really
religious,
don't like her.
very religious,
I'm
conservative
kinda religious too,
maggot
but
judge.
I'm not like that for crying out loud. What happened to her?
And John,
To quote Susan Collins up there, all three of them are liars. Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett.
I
and
think there's
who's the
about
other one?
5 liars up there.
Is it? was it Merrick Garland? No, not
and
Merrick Garland.
Alito and the
Gorsuch.
nun, the flying
Gorsuch.
nun,
Neil
whatever
Gorsuch.
the hell she is.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy is a handmaiden. That's going right. You're right.
That's the term I was
Yeah,
looking for.
Handmaid's
Thank
Tale.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
I
think
heard
the
some-
Republicans would like to take us there? In a
I'm just wondering
freaking
whose
heartbeat.
hands
Are
he's
you
using
shitting
right
me? They'd
Whose hands is
reinstitute
he
slavery if
using?
they could. You know, let's
But at
call it for
but
what
at
it
least-
is. You
Neil
know,
Gorsuch. Somebody put that in
what-
the chat over on Facebook.
What this is all about is getting rid of the very rights that the Supreme Court has given to America.
Yeah.
Whether that's abortion rights, whether that's voting rights, whether that's I don't know. They could take it all the way back to the original Constitution, where only rich land-owning white men were able to
Yeah.
vote. Women's rights, women voting, black people voting, all of
We're
it.
not gonna
All
have
of it is
that.
being attacked. Marriage,
marriage equality.
We're not.
equality.
We're not going to have that, honey, because we love beautiful black women like you too. Don't you worry.
Yeah, right.
Somebody get a hose.
Any private right you have.
But the Supreme Court of my country
Go
doesn't. And the people who want power for the rest of their days don't. They want to take us back to prior to the Civil War, where
will not
only
stand for that.
rich white men owned everything.
Well,
And I'm sorry, but y'all in the same group I'm in, okay? You
Yeah.
might as well be a black woman in America,
You
because
might
they don't
as
give
well
a
be.
fuck about you either.
Now
And
it's-
that's why it is
now it's on
so
economic levels.
extremely important not
They-
to just vote these
yeah.
people back into office because they've been there for the last 50 fucking years, but to get some progressive, new
get 'em, baby.
ideals flowing into this country, because without it, we are being stifled and we are going back in time. And if it can happen to me, it will happen to you.
Well, we've
you
got
know,
It's-
got to fight
it's
for
like-
that. We got another hand up in the room too, John.
It's like
do we?
it's like
Ed-
guys like
Ed is
Malloy
in
have been
there.
saying. It's like guys like Malloy have been saying for 40 years. You're on the list. You just don't fucking know it yet.
Yeah. You're
I
on the
agree.
list. They
Yeah.
just haven't gotten to you yet. That's
I
it.
figure they'll get to us
Unless you
eventually
got some
anyway.
money to make a big donation, and I mean a big donation. Don't be looking at one comma. No.
Yeah.
We're gonna need
Yeah,
a couple
our
commas. in there.
$20 or
Yeah, your
$40
$20
doesn't
isn't gonna
mean
buy
anything.
you shit.
No,
But
no,
yeah, you're on the list, baby. All of us
welcome, Ed. Good to see you.
are. I always the one thing my kids have heard me say just about all my life, all their life anyway, is it seems like this country, the laws that we have, and the society that we are built upon, they meaning the powers that be, the government, and they want a certain amount of a majority of our population to be poor, hungry, and needing a job. That's how they
They
keep
need
the
workers
economy
around.
going, baby. You need a job
They
to pay
need
for everything
workers
that you
around
need to pay
job,
for.
but I'm still
keep
poor.
money flowing. And if you complain, then you're out of. We're really in some Big Brother type shit
Yeah.
going on.
What?
And I hope like hell our country wakes the fuck up, because I don't think it's woke enough.
Not enough,
I gotta-
baby.
can't-
I got-
No,
I gotta
because we're
break,
learning
guys.
shit
I'm
every
getting
day.
But,
I got a
There's
break. I'm
somebody
getting a
else,
call. I'll be back.
All right, Andy.
okay, we can't keep pretending that somebody else is going to fix this. We are the fix.
We are the fix.
You know,
That's it.
It's supposed to be we the people. We the people.
Let's let Ed. Ed, are you in the room with us now?
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, Ed. How are you?
Please.
I am wonderful. It's great to be back. Sorry I haven't been in a while. It's just there's
Hey.
a lot of things. Apparently I got some new guys helping me at the hotel, and of course Kathy and I are trying to foreclose our late father's estate.
Uh,
But of course
Sorry
this
to
is
hear that.
it's just yet still it's just, to me, Trump is the real Antichrist.
oh.
He is not God. He is not the Savior. John, let me tell you something.
Ah.
If his fellow followers believe he is the Savior, how come he's not resurrecting the millions of COVID deaths or turning water into wine and back again, or urine maybe.
Yeah, he ain't doing that, but he got some cheap wine he'll sell you. You know, that's this. He came onto the scene. What he did was capitalize on the hatred that was built when Obama got elected. He
Exactly.
and a lot of that he stepped it up big time after that correspondence dinner when Obama nailed him a few times. Yeah, he stepped it up. But all he did was cultivate the hate that was already out there. That's what he did. He allowed it to flourish, and he still is right now. He's still doing it. My fear is we've gone beyond the point that I don't think he's out there holding political rallies. I think he's out there giving motivational speeches to his militia that he wants to show up. He did it once. He encouraged this shit, and every day we're finding out news about the Oath Keepers and how the communications were going back and forth between inner circles of the White House. You know, this was not just.
Yeah, and it's the Oath Keepers that are doing the. It's how we're finding out.
Yes.
Because it's definitely not anybody out
Yeah,
of the
they're
White
flipping.
House. They're waiting to write their books.
Yeah, ain't that pitiful? And they will. They will. That's what's so sickening about what I see on the patriotic right hand. I mean, the rights on the Republicans on this. Shit. Let me slow down. I always say the Republicans always sell America, baby. They sell the flag, God, country, and wave the flag and Bible, and it's just eat
America
apple
first.
pie and everything. They don't believe in the ideals. They just sell the message. Just stick a bumper sticker on your car. That's all it is.
No.
It's easy to
And
sell
that's
that way.
And here's what sells it, John. 2 words: America first.
America first, baby. Who don't want to
Listen,
be? Yeah, America first. No, we're not first.
You guys, it ain't even about America first. Understand, if Mitch McConnell gets back into power, he could give less than a hot fuck about the filibuster. He's going to change that rule to pass whatever.
They're going to carve out the filibuster for whatever they want, like they've done before.
He's done it before in the past.
So why can't we do that with Roe v.
If
Wade?
Because we don't have enough people to pass Roe by
But
ourselves.
if we carved out an exception to the filibuster for this one issue, then we could do
don't
it.
have enough
Well,
people to carve out the filibuster, John.
You know, thank you, Bernard. That's why I love you so much, because Joe Manchin ain't going to go.
Exactly.
And there you go.
And that's why we have to have more than
God,
49, 50 people in the Senate.
so much is coming down to this November
It takes
8th.
60.
You know, and we thought we faced troubles. And we did. We saw what happened when Trump and his party got into power. And we're still seeing the results of that shit now. If we let the Republicans take back the midterms, January 6th committee, out the window, baby. Ain't nothing going to happen there. They are going to step
every
up.
social net in America is going to
It's going to crumble. You heard Mitch McConnell just the other day say that if the Republicans took the Senate, then definitely they would consider passing a law banning abortion across the country.
Yep.
He said that. So, you know, this is so much on the line. And let me catch this real quick. First one, Jason Milton just came in with a $5 donation and said, John, what you think about J.D. Vance and Dr. Oz trying to lick Donnie's boots for the Senate race in Ohio and Pennsylvania? We need to vote for Beto or all in the midterms. Indeed we do. Jason, Beto's, I'm wearing his shirt, not Betty. Beto for Texas, baby. That's where it starts, in your home state, your home district. We do. What do I think of J.D. Vance? And you're right. There's not enough tongue in each one of them's mouth to lick enough on Trump. Dr. Oz is the one that just really pisses me off with the last ad that he did, which, you know, every Republican does an ad with a gun because they've got to have a gun to shoot something that says socialism or woke or something. They'll shoot it in their ad. And Dr. Oz, yeah. Dr. Oz came out and said, hey, it's not just about hunting and protecting your family and your house. It's about an over-intrusive government. Really, really, that's the message you want to start pushing. That you should gather your guns in
Doesn't
case.
Trump want an intrusive government?
Where where would they get that from? You know,
Trump, of course.
this is the army I'm worried about. That's the army I'm worried about. That Trump is trying to raise within his minions, within his maggots, trying to sell that message that hey, January 6th we didn't succeed, but don't give up. We could try this again. You know, it's the Second Amendment answer for them, and that's a scary thought. But there's a lot of them. Look how many of them showed up on the first time. You know, I'm glad to see that the Oath Keeper guy flipped and is singing like, and a bunch of them are singing like birds, handing over their phones and stuff, and yeah, yeah, because somebody finally sat down and explained to him, oh, Oath Keeper, no, you didn't. You broke it, as a matter of fact, with whatever bullshit that you try to sell about the government coming after your ass or whatever it is you think the government is. If you're thinking about taking up arms with this country, you broke that oath, baby.
It's not too late, you guys. Find somebody to take to the polls.
Yeah.
Don't go by
Encourage
yourself.
somebody.
Find somebody. Yes, encourage somebody.
Encourage
to take to the polls.
encourage everybody you know.
We,
You don't have to.
we can do this, and
We
be
can.
smart about who you go in and put in office, because some of them lie.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Some of them lie and they get on the Supreme Court and look what happens.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Susan Collins out there saying.
Understand.
All of them lied to her.
But our vote matters, and the Supreme Court is one of the reasons why our vote matters.
Well,
Who we
the
elect to
Senate is going to
office.
put forth a bill to codify Roe and make it the law of the land. It will not pass, but they're going to hold the vote. What bothers me is Susan Collins is going to vote no. Susan Collins is putting out her own bill to codify
And
Roe.
that tells you everything about Susan Collins.
Yeah.
That, look,
It's going to be a publicity stunt for her.
Roe could have been codified many, many times, but they never really thought that Roe was the issue. And trust me, the Republicans never really thought that the court was going to do this either, until Trump came along and he sat them the last three fuckers on the court. Then it was clear that the court could do this, and if they could do this, they could do a whole
They
lot.
can do a lot of
which
stuff.
includes keeping the Republicans in power. This is all that they're after. They don't care about nothing else in this country. As long as
really
they have
no.
power, they have control. They control you and every aspect of your life. Now, if you're willing to give that up and give that over to them after seeing what they've done to
Trump.
this country,
Indeed, Martha.
get your ass out and vote. That's all I can tell you to
Exactly.
do.
Because here's the
Get your
deal with
ass
that.
out and vote.
If you don't, and then your rights disappear, guess what? It's too late. You're not going to be able to go vote because they'll probably restrict it so much that it won't matter anyway. Your rights will be gone at that point. And it would take, I don't know what it would take to get them back. Exactly what the other side talks about. I don't want it to go there. The only way it doesn't go there is if we vote.
Is to get all these laws on the books. I'll say it again. Their concern is to get these laws on the books because they know it will take decades and decades and decades to get them off. And in the meantime and in between time, they stay in power.
They've won. And it's a whole disgusting array of topics that come out of overturning Roe v. Wade and tossing it back down to the states. It's going to be a mishmash of shit, and we already see it with the laws that are waiting to go on the books. The second they overturn Roe, they're already on the books, waiting just for that to happen, and boom, there you go. It's going to be
And
ridiculous.
it's called trigger laws.
Trigger laws, indeed, and they're
Yep.
already set from the point of conception. Like I said, where is that, in Mississippi or is that Louisiana? I can't remember which one it is. But
Probably
life
both.
starts at conception. Which, like I said, I think child support should start at conception. Yeah, baby needs taken care of, daddy. let's go. You walk out of that bedroom, you better have some bucks. I'm just saying. You know, I would love to see
can I
that.
say
I
something?
really would. To hold men responsible for that pregnancy, not just the woman. Are you shitting me? We punish her. That's what this is doing. Punishing them. Oh, you got pregnant. Oh, you
Women are
nasty
going to
slut.
die.
You're just going to have that
Women
baby.
are
It's
going
the
to die.
same thing. Why not hold up man to the same account? You could do a DNA test, I bet, two days after the damn conception. I don't know. Figure it out. Is it 6 weeks? Can you get a DNA test? Track down the daddy. Let's put his ass through hell. It would stop. It would stop if we held men to the same level that we expect women to go to. Oh, you need to go see the doctor, huh, Bob? Well, what do you need to see him for? We need to know you ain't going in there and get your pecker checked. If your pecker ain't working, it's because God told you not to do that anymore. So go to the doctor in there and tell him, hey, my pecker, if it don't work, it don't work, Bob. Go home. You know, we don't do that, though. We don't do that. We put it on the woman.
But we have men telling women what they can and cannot do with their body right now. And believe me, I think this is a move that's going to backfire in the Republicans' face.
How far back in history does it go? That thing
well,
about
John,
controlling
it
women.
doesn't go back far enough, and
It
that's
goes
why
back to
we have to. That's why
when we
have
were
to put
dragging
out
women
this
by the hair of their
statement
head with a club in their hand. That's how far back it
We have
goes.
to change this shit.
Anyway, let me send out a couple of thank yous to Johnny Fly, who just came in with a $10 donation. Johnny Fly, thank you very much. And Sheila Y. Loves Sunsets came in with $10 and said, I read today that a red state government is going to propose banning condoms along with other birth control. Thank you for the donation, Sheila. And yes, it's on the line. Yes, IUD. That's an abortion, baby. You'll put your ass in jail. Get that out of there. And what are they going to do? Check? You know? How are they going to know if a woman's leaving the state for an abortion? You're going to check at the border? Hell, I'm sorry, if you're pregnant, you can't travel. It's bullshit.
There was that one congressman, and I can't remember who he was right now, that said that, if a woman didn't want to have sex, all she had to do was put an aspirin between her knees.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all keep going down this path, and you're going to find out who's not going to have any sex.
That is the arrogance of misogyny at its peak. Right there, all she had to do is close her legs. Well, all you had to do is stay the hell away from her. That is so ignorant. That kind of statement just is the degree of ignorance that you just want to slap somebody.
What we're dealing with in this country is ignorance. We have seen it in dealing with COVID. Oh, it's not a medical issue. It's a
political issue. It's a right to their right to protect their body. It's my body, my choice. Yeah, unless you're pregnant. Yeah, the right is just they're so easily swayed over anything that they can get riled up about. They can ride up on their holy horse.
I'm going to ask Blue Dots to vote for progressive women, encourage women to run for office. Because until we put women in charge of this fucking country,
I'm not going to argue with you, Bernadette. We've never had a female president, and I think it's high time we did. It's I've seen some pretty outstanding women, and I'll tell you what. In retrospect, what do you think? Hillary would have been better than Donnie? You think?
I know.
You think this country would have fared a little bit better over the last 6 years? Yeah, I think we would have. So yeah, it is time.
I know.
But again, it's oh Lord, it is all up to us. I just, what I want more than anything else is this dream in my head of a rerun of the late 60s and 70s when people got outraged almost every day. There was protests all over the freaking country. It was people in the streets demanding change, not asking for it. It's that time in history. It's those times. It is when politicians realize that no matter how much the lobbyist money is thrown at them, doesn't matter what trips or benefits the stock market gain, everything that they have as a congressman, they're not going to have it if they don't get reelected. And it's at that point when they realize it's the people that elect them and not lobbyists. But we live in a age, baby, but where those lobbyists, man, those people with special interests and the big money, they pour big bucks into campaigns. And nowadays, it's about advertising. Wave that flag. Hey, the eagle just flew by. You know, I'm having a hankering for a piece of apple pie right now. It's the selling of the product. And the Republicans are doing that. But they do it nowadays with a side of hate, a side of get your gun ready, a side of we got to do this. It's our government. It's our country. They don't understand the words. It's our country. Ours meaning all of us. E pluribus unum. They lost that part. They gave up on that part. Like they've given up on most of the laws that protect society. Now they're going after laws that would protect women themselves with their own body. Yeah, baby. It's never been more important for this nation to pay attention, to realize what is on the Republicans' agenda and what direction are they going in. You know, we just found out that Donnie was prepared to launch strikes into Iran, Iraq, and Venezuela. You got a child of military age?
Hell, he wanted
You better
to blow
think
up a
about that,
fucking
baby.
hurricane with
Yeah,
a
nuclear bomb inside her. Yes.
Some real shit.
Yes. And thank goodness there were people there to stop him. But when he tried to do shit like that, they should have spoke up. Mark Esper should have spoke up.
We laugh about that shit.
But he didn't.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thank you, John. Because he's writing a book now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're all going to write a book,
book.
baby. Every one of them's got a book going to come out with all the dastardly deeds they did. And it's all past tense. Well, I was going to do something, but I wrote a book and making lots of money. Yeah, I don't know, baby.
Yeah, let's just bomb
And
everybody.
Mexico,
Let's shoot
Jensen.
the protesters out there on the streets. Let's bomb Mexico. Let's blow up Iran. Let's blow up Iraq. You know.
War is good for business.
And then told our own soldiers who got bombed over in Iran that, just suck it up. It's just a little, noise in your ear.
Bellica, why are you being so
No
quiet?
big deal.
Bellica, are you with us, baby?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Just someone just decides to mention a Ferengi's. It's what is that? I keep thinking it's a Star Trek one. It's rules of acquisition.
Rules of acquisition.
Yes, rule one. It's not rule number 1, but I forgot what number it is. War is good for business. And there's one that's below that. It's supposed to be war is bad for business. Something like that.
War has always been good for business because there have always been people that will profit from war. And we'll never be able to get away from that. Hey, you want guns, you want bullets, you want missiles, you want tanks, whatever the fuck it is. We'll build it for you. At a pretty substantial price, mind you. This is not easy to be. It's being somebody who has served for 26 years with this government, we don't do a good job with our money. I've seen too much money wasted on bullshit that benefited nobody except the person involved. And we just could do better. There's a guy. What's his name? Oh, I'm so pissed off. His Facebook page is End Dollar Democracy with. Forgive me, I can't. And he's running for Congress out in California. Shit. Boy, that's embarrassing. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
He's on that's his Facebook page. End Dollar Democracy, and he's a Democrat running for election out there in California, and he's right. That's what we have. We have dollar democracy in this country, baby. You got dollars, democracy works for you. You ain't got dollars, well, we're sorry to tell you, but shit's going to hit the fan here. You're going to have a rough time. That's what we have in this country, baby. And it's so pitiful because it's not fair. It is not fair. We discuss inflation right now. Inflation's going up the wazoo. Who do you think that's hurting the most? The guy who can't afford the $5 gallon of gasoline, or the guy that's just going to whine about it and just barely notice it. It's always the lower ladder that is going to suffer the most. But to me, I don't know. We have a Congress sometimes, I think, that gets pleasure out of their pain because they could make it better. They could make it better. Peter Matthews, thank you. End Dollar Democracy with Peter Matthews. He's on. That's his Facebook page. Go by there and give him a shout. He's got the right idea. It's not only our social problems that we have to face. It's the economic problems we have to face. It is. How many time do you think? Well, yeah, I was going to go into that, but just ask you a basic question. Do you think Congress is ever going to give up the right to trade stock on the open market while in office? No. They're never going to do that because their piddly-ass paycheck isn't enough to sustain their lifestyle. Why would they?
Why would they do
That's
that
their
to
paycheck,
themselves?
baby. There's not anybody in Congress who's not a millionaire. There's nobody in there who gives a shit about how much gas is. They don't barely even notice it. Are you shitting me? They got some donor that's paying for that. Here's a card. Just put it on this card. All your gas, anything you need. We don't have that down here. In the land of steel-toed shoes, baby, you wake up in the morning more dead than alive, and you get your ass out the door and you go to work. By the end of the month, you hope you have enough to pay the bills and all the other side little bills, the rent and well, nowadays you got to have internet, or your kids can't. It's everything. And then usually the last thing is groceries, and then you hope you got enough money to make groceries till the next month. That's the life of steel-toed shoes, baby. But that's what our country lives on. So many of them. Most of our country are people that are in the service industry. They service us every day. Bottom of the wage market, baby. It's we could do better. You're right, Karen. Vote blue. Vote blue. Because we can do better. And we damn sure better. Because if we let the other side in, things ain't going to look too pretty. Anyway, I noticed the clock ticking away here. We have been on the air for quite a while.
Yep.
And listen to you. Yep, get out of here, John. You're running your mouth. I want to thank everybody who came in, visited with us tonight. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. What happened? Look at there. Run off. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who came in and visited with us tonight. I appreciate your participation in this. Again, Blue Dots with heavy hearts, baby. We're gonna face things in this family. I hope for a long, long time. And we're gonna have plenty to fight for. But we need to pause and remember those that aren't here to make that fight with us anymore. So we have to fight for them. So to Tony Austin, family, our condolences. We're gonna miss Miss T. Something fierce, baby. She was a beloved member of this family. Buddy Davis, buddy, just get your ass well and get out of the bed. Shit, quit laying around. You make everybody else do everything. Anyway, buddy knows how we are. Take care of yourself, my friend. I love you, my brother, and we're just waiting to end again one more time. If you want to try to help Buddy out with his medical fundraiser, you can go to bluedotintexas.com/buddy, and it'll get you to the GoFundMe page. If not, I'm sure you can find the GoFundMe page by itself. But if you can, go by there and donate what you can if it's within your means. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that donated to me tonight, and to those our Patreon. I'm by myself. So, of course, John forgot
You
to
forgot
hit the
to
button. Yes,
put
if Travis would have been over there, the button would have
Patreon
been hit a
button.
while ago.
There we go.
Yeah, he's occupied with some stuff, so I'm going to be running this for myself for a little while until he gets done with his project, because I don't want to interfere with him. Anyway,
All right.
I want to thank everybody, and again, the best way you can handle this shit is to remember that the sun will come up tomorrow. Sounds like a song. And it's a wonderful world, baby. So try to put a smile on your face and remind yourself that it's all worth fighting for. It's all worth living for. And as a matter of fact, the fight's half the fun, baby. It is in my book anyway. Anyway, Ed, I want to thank you, buddy, for coming by tonight. Appreciate you.
Good to be back. It's a pleasure.
Outstanding. And Bellica,
Yes.
thank you, baby. Hugs.
You're welcome.
So, I'm glad you're
You
here.
for letting me be on here.
Yo, anytime, baby, anytime. And Bernadette, thank you
Yes,
so much,
sir.
baby. Not only for the show, but for our personal conversations and the help you've given me. So,
Thanks.
yeah, I so appreciate you.
too.
Love you. All
I
right.
love you too, and happy birthday to Mitch.
Happy birthday, Mitch.
Enjoy another trip
Mitch.
around the sun.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mitch. Happy birthday to you. Say hi to Julia for me. Anyway, I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Y'all say goodnight.